some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the visiting team and these guys defending their home turf. On the visiting Bison sideline, we'll look at their head coach. First side putting together a very nice winning streak as of late. Opposing them, that is the head coach of the Golden Eagles. She and the league excited for this moment as we've got a matchup between two female head coaches. So happy you could join us today. I'm Kate Scott with Brock Heward. It is time for some football. And off we go from San Juan. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
A win is a win for him. Whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. First carry here for Braylon Allen. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's him the first.
That's another Louisville first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Working now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it's 2nd down coming up.
Here we go, start. 19, Charger, 19.
It's caught left side by Mitchell. Good defensive effort here, drives him back across midfield onto their own side.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, that play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
3rd and long for him here. It is caught left side. And he's brought down after a short gain. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making the stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball. And that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. Leading them out is one of the league's tallest quarterbacks at 6'6". He's a 5th rounder out of Stanford back in 2023, Tanner McKee.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
All right, they're out in sets. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Long back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
They give it to him again. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Hauled down by Christian Envision.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
McKee on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's good for a San Juan first down.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Quick throw is caught. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They sure are moving in early, Brock. Here's a new set of downs at the opposing 43. This is the first carry for the rookie from Florida. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that means third down coming up. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
To the air on 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up.
Still third down.
So they get dinged for the holding. Got to wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for third down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14. The Bisons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And he's been more than just his passing touchdowns this season. In fact, you can see it right here. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing scores late in the campaign.
Here we go. Gotta be lying.
Working on first down. Completed over the middle. Tackle made right around the 26. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Shotgun handoff for Allen. And they finally stop him, but not before he picked up 7 on that first down run. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Mitchell now in motion left.
Go.
Hits him on the out route. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Running back motions right. Complete to Braylon Allen. Tried to beat him with a quick pass, but not quick enough. That winds up as a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Cut. Ready?
Offense to the line for second down.
Ready.
Looking to throw here. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in balance.
Shotgun now on third down. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. We're at the end of one in a defensive showdown that has lived up to its billing thus far. Couple of zeros on the board right now. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter two. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Now a give to Allen, running right. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Play is made by Mac McWilliams.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Let's go now. 19.
Running back sent in motion. By his running back, Allen. And he's tackled for no gain.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. He is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook. He knocked him back across the line.
From the gun on third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they are able to get their first 3 points of this game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Fielded at the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
1st down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
This is close, but I think they stopped him short, partner. Yep, the spot's at the 37. It's going to be 3rd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Golden Eagles getting their punter out there. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. Here comes their offense out again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Here we go.
1st down, play action. Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
The positive of that effort, you didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
Come on, go!
Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Get it! Look at my team!
Third and long. They're going to throw. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
And it ends up a good return for him. Up past their own 40. Now this offense ready to head back out. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first two possessions. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Let's go now! Cowboy 80!
First down throw by McKee. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that gives them the first.
That's good for a San Juan first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
70 Lions!
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He surges ahead for 5. Make it second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
19, go!
Throw here, third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up fourth and long.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, it's down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
This offense getting all set for this series. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it.
Ready! Cowboy!
They go play action on first down. Connects on the crosser. He's unable to add anything to the end of this one. Stops at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And they're going to have a first down now. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Stay with us. More from San Juan now on the other side. Coming to the line for another first and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So second down coming up.
Let's go. Steady.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. And hey, if you can't prevent the catch, Brock, at least prevent a gain after it, right? So they make the quick stop at the 31. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Finds him on the crossing route. They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. Cut. 60 by 60.
They kick the running back in motion. Dumps it off to his running back. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Bronco 80. Go.
He's going to throw it again. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Back to 60. Back to 60.
Motioning left is their running back. They'll air it out on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're staring at a 4th down. The Bisons sending out their punter. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. McKee from the gun. This is Cooper working the left side. Quick rally to the catch by the defense, stopping the gain at the 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's McKee on the play fake. In trouble now, and the ball is out. Boom, and they are lucky to get this one back on the recovery. So they keep the football, but now they face 2nd and long.
And 20 at the 22-yard line.
On play action, McKee. They want him again, and he goes down again. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. He's limited to a gain of about 3, which means they are well short. This is 4th down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout.
It's 4th down.
All right, so only going to have enough time for 1 more snap here before we reach halftime. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Throwing here just before halftime. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Trying for the deep ball. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our studios in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and we'll keep it brief because the scoring has been brief. Just 1 field goal as we play on 3-0. I I was promised there'd be touchdowns, so let's find out if we could get one in the third quarter. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. The story is halfway told. Let's see what the back half has in store as we get started in the third quarter. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's second down.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Running for the marker on second. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They gain 11 on that play, and that means first down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. They're going play action. Brought in right side. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to bring up first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Give now to the running back. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
19, Tiger, 19.
Another carry for him. And that's good for a gain of 5. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
70 Lions.
McKee out of the shotgun. Caught, nice gain left side. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
San Juan, first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Golden Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Setting up to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Golden Eagles take a 4-point lead.
Golden Eagles 7, Bisons 3.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80.
Putting a receiver in motion. Beginning this drive with a run by Allen. And this play reaches the 35 before he comes to an end. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Back now, pressure coming. Oh, the rush is too much here. Down he goes. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Finds a man, right side. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make the game. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long for him here. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Golden Eagles and this running back headed back out for a new series. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
That goes for 32 yards. And that is good for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to the well again. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs. We've set of downs from 37. Blown back, gets the handoff. And a nice little run there, gets him 5. 2nd down upcoming.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He's got a man left, and he's able to take this one down to the 25. All set now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll go play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing out to the left, cut! And they'll get there and stop him at the line. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break, Brock, as they force this 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Three quarters in the books from this one. It's their ball late. They have a lead, but it's far from over yet. Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4th. Can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs.
Man, what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
Another drive coming up for this offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead.
Ready.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one's complete over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Throwing off the play fake. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
This one held up after just a couple of yards. That makes it 2nd down.
Ty Robinson on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
It's Allen again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
Back to throw. It's in or no. They dropped another one. Hicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That outruns their offense. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. Quick throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Quick slant here into the hands of Cooper. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go. 60 Eagles.
Hand off to the back. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support. There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
The key on 3rd down. Pressure's on him, and it's going to get home. He's dropped. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. This offense ready to get going again now. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a heartbeat. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points. Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. During practice, the both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully, and the tight end beneficiary.
And he takes this one up to the 41, so that makes a very manageable now 3rd and short.
A gain of 4. And it's third
Offense headed to the
down.
line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs.
Here we go. 19, Charger, 19.
Back to throw it. Gets it again to Mitchell. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a new set of downs. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Let's go now.
Bison.
Cougar, 19.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. It's caught left side by Mitchell. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and you get a little something coming out of it, too.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from San Juan. Bisons losing by 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Set. Viking, 18.
Now they send them back in motion right. Here he is to throw. Strong running inside the 30. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Ready.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Setting up to pass. It's a screen play for Allen. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Ready. 70 Lions. Ready.
Running from the pistol. Here's Allen. And 2 yards, all he can get. It's 3rd down.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here he is to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd.
Okay,
So
ready.
a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Set. Pass all 80. Ready.
He'll look to throw it. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. The Bisons have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game.
Golden Eagles 7.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Their offense running back out now. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set. And it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
And he's tackled downfield, but look back where that flag rests. Yep, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Back to throw. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
Incomplete. Christian Izzian on the coverage.
McKee looking to throw. Caught quickly on the slant. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Throwing now. Trying to push deep downfield. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit. Get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on fourth down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Desperation time here. Cut down the field. It's Cooper. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First down throw by McKee. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. McKee from the gun. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Offense is hurrying, time running down.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And they get it spiked just before time runs out. And now they'll get ready to kick this and hopefully force overtime. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. Well, they waited right until the end to use this final timeout. Only 6 seconds left on the clock. So they send out the field goal units and try for 3 on this one. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they force overtime.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that return comes to a close, which means buckle up, everybody. We've got some extra football on the way. Well, Brock, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. And there's still something being celebrated by the fans, isn't it, Brock? A coin toss might not decide the game anymore here in overtime. Both sides guaranteed a possession now, even if the first team scores a touchdown. And if we're tied after those 2 series, it is next score wins. Now hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The offense getting set to go. And they fought hard not just against their opponents out on the field, Brock, but the tens of thousands of opponents here in these stands. Now a chance to be the first ones to answer the bell and take the early lead here in overtime. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down. A chance to take the lead and set themselves up for a win. Gotta make this count as they come up on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
The interception, but he couldn't reel it in. That's the big overtime play they needed. But still, 4th down coming up. Punt team on the field. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Their offense ready to take the field now. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
The key out of the shotgun. Oh, big interception here. Picked off by Kiko Mauinoa. And the Bison surprise them with the interception. And now have a chance to win this game. Okay, now both sides have had a shot, Brock. Neither offense could get the job done. Looks like it'll be one of these defenses that wins them this one in overtime.
Yeah, give these crews defensively some credit here. It's hard to play defense in overtime, but both deliver, and now which offense, Kate, can go and capitalize and finish this game?
And give to Allen out of the shotgun. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Finds him over the middle. And this one doesn't go far. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
On the handoff, Allen. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives him a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, he got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. And now the entire game rests on his next kick. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Bisons as we say adios from San Juan.